Alright guys, the last one is the back squat. For this one, you're going to have the bar generally racked up on a rack here. Weights on both sides. You can start body weight, start with just the bar, just so you can get the movement down right away, especially with beginners or novice people. You're going to start pretty light with them. It's important here that they don't lean forward and load the back, and that they're not way over on their toes, leaning on their toes, standing up. You want their feet to be flat the whole time. Weight should be going right through the heel, right through the hip, through the shoulder. It should be a straight line from my shoulder to my hip to the heel at all times. Or knee, heel, ankle, knee, shoulder. Should be a straight line the whole time here. This is a lot of glute muscle here, a lot of glute muscle, stabilizing muscles, and a lot of quad muscle here, activation. So, to start, you're going to walk in, hands are going to be a lot wider. You're going to have a rough to smooth surface on a real barbell, and you want your pinky to kind of be wrapped around that line there. So it's going to be out a little bit farther, kind of close to where the snatch grip will be. So you're going to walk in, bars racked, walk underneath, grab on. Here we go. Feet should be about shoulder width apart, can be externally rotated a little bit. Bigger guys that have some hip mobility restrictions, they're going to be a little bit wider with a little bit more external rotation. In general, we don't want that to be there. It just puts a lot of force on the knees there. But in general, about just slightly outside shoulder width, slightly externally rotated. And then when you go down, just think about butt back, butt back, butt back, butt back the whole time. Knees should not go past the toes at all during this movement. So we're going to start here. First movement is butt back. So keep your head neutrally aligned, looking straight ahead. Once again, looking up is going to put your back in a little more lordotic posture and put a lot more stress on your back. So it is good to have a slight posterior pelvic tilt, but too much will cause a lot of stress there and maybe go to spondy or any other of those mechanisms that are pain. So here we go, looking straight ahead, loaded, brace the core. You're going to start with pushing your butt back. Push it back all the way. Once you get to 90 degrees, you can come back up. Once again, I'm staying through my heels, midfoot, knees, and shoulders should stay in a straight line the whole time. So butt back, here we go again. As you can see, my knees, shoulders, and ankles are in a straight line here. And I'm pushing up. Remember, if you go past 90 degrees, you're going to be using mainly quads to get to that 90 degree point. Then you're going to be using quad and glutes to help extend the hips and extend the knees. Glutes, there's not a lot of activation once you get below that 90 degrees of knee flexion. So at 90 degrees of knee flexion, that's where you want to be for this movement. Down, 90 degrees, up. Make sure to squeeze those glutes. Looking straight ahead the whole time, pulling down on the bar. A lot of times you want to brace the core on the way down, hold that breath generally, and then on the way up, close to the top, you can start to let go. But you want to tighten that core up as much as you can. It's different than a Valsalva. You're not trying to hold your breath or tighten the core up through holding your breath, but you're trying to tighten the core up. It makes it hard to breathe. So tighten the core up, brace the core. A lot of people do wear belts for that. They have weak core muscles. I don't use a belt, but the heavier weight you go, the more likely you are to use a belt. It's just how it goes. And that is how you do a back squat.